Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Geek Out Review, The Adventure of Die. So, we got a surprise during the Christmas period, basically in the form of the show not stopping. So, they basically are doing a full season. It's like right now on my anime list, they list 20 episodes, but I'm guessing it's going to be more like 24, 26. So
Mhm.
me and Felipe, we are here, we are back, and we're going to continue with the rest of this big season. And it's getting really, really good. So we are happy to continue that. Just a little bit of housekeeping. The schedule will change a little bit. Me and Felipe will record every 2 weeks. So you're going to have every episode coming in. We're going to review basically by slice of 2 episodes. So this week
Mhm.
we're going to do 14, 15, 16, 17 next week in 2 weeks, and so on and so forth. Maybe because it's not going to be like flush or depending on how many episodes. So maybe we're going to do a last one with more or less episode to review. So, welcome back. My name is Alex, and I'm joined as usual by Felipe Macedo. Felipe, how you doing, my friend?
Yeah, I'm doing good, and I'm really happy that we're still having once a week a new episode. So
Yeah.
I'm really happy, and it's a little cold here in Quebec,
Yes, it
where we
is.
live, but
Yes.
yeah, otherwise it's really good. Yeah.
Yeah. We keep it under the blanket, watching the Adventure of Die
Oh
every
yeah,
Saturday
absolutely.
morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you said, it's really nice that we don't have to wait basically for the second part any longer. They basically, I think, they took the 2 weeks between Christmas and not even. I think they took only 1 week off the air, and basically we came back on December 26th to record, and then we're gonna continue. It's really, really nice. I'm very happy, like you said, that we can still just continue with that show. So
Yeah.
let's get into it. Episode 14. So basically, this one started where we left off last episode. So basically, young Kel is dead for now. The volcano erupt. We like our band of hero were safe,
Hmm.
and we saw like the Dark Army planning something for the kingdom of Leona. So this is where the episode starts. We have our hero kind of on the cliff,
Hmm.
looking out, and we got a really, really nice moment between Pop and Mom in this at the beginning of this episode, where Pop is basically asking Mom if she liked young Kel. And I really like the writing in this scene because like it was more of a like the question came from Pop really much like a little bit of a jealous boyfriend, but at the same time, you saw that he really cared for young Kel also, and the
True.
explanation that Mom is giving him basically that she wanted more to save him, and she understood his pain and stuff like that. So it was really nice that they're starting to build spoiler alert, that relationship or these feeling that Mom have for young Kel, and basically every student of Ivan. She have that carrying, like she want to take care of everybody. Like
Yeah.
she wears her name very well in
Yeah.
English. Like
Yeah. I was about to say that like she looks like a mom, right?
yeah, yeah.
And it's really nice because we saw that when she was being a hostage by Hinko, that she was like trying to make sense into his head all the time, and
Hmm.
uh, maybe okay, she maybe she has feelings for him, okay, but it's also like she's acting like a mother, maybe because she's like I don't think that she's the oldest because there's Hinko, but she's like the person that they can count on.
Yeah, basically, what I love about Mom throughout the whole series, like that's why I loved her in the manga, is that
Hmm.
although she's not powerful, not as much as every other hero we're gonna see throughout the show.
Hmm.
She's always the one that keeps a cool head. Like
Yeah.
she's focused. She doesn't go and panic in front of a situation. Like die come from in front of a situation, he will react by attacking, defending, or he will be prime. Pop
Hmm.
is gonna be a little bit scared. He's gonna panic and everything. But mom is always looking at the situation. Okay, what can I do there? What can I do there? Okay, what is happening? Like that's what I love about her because she really like her
Yeah.
age and her experience make it like she's gonna look first and react after, and we're gonna
Yeah.
see
Yeah.
it.
Exactly.
We're gonna see that side of her in the next
Hmm.
episode coming full front. But let's stay where we are right now, and I think that's what transpire in that scene is we have that like yeah, she has these emotion for young Kel. She understands the story, but she's also headstrong and not letting herself like
Yeah.
vanish in that. I
And
don't know how
and
to explain it.
and I think that before when it was just Diet Pop, Pop was like the brain of of the battle. But we know that Pop is like kind of desperate guy, desperate person,
Hmm.
and he gets scared like easily, and he loses his cool very easily. As for Mom, she's like not the most powerful, but she's the smartest of all of three. Like
Yeah, exactly.
she has to think about all the battlefield all the time, whether they are winning, whether they are losing. So that's really nice of her. Like she has this wisdom, you know?
Yeah, exactly. And that's that we're gonna see, especially in those two. I think these two episodes are really Mom and Leona episode. Like
Yeah.
we're gonna see like these two women really shine throughout these two episodes, and I loved it. So speaking of Leona, basically after that introduction scene, we are skipping to her point of view. She
Hmm.
is basically in a tower in the middle of an island in the ocean, and she is guarded by two characters that we're gonna learn more as the series progress. But basically, Leona has these three wizards always protecting her, and now we have two of those in the tower with them with her. And it's really nice scene. Basically, it's just a you motherfucker. Sorry, my cat is playing with something I don't want him to play, but doesn't matter. Happened off screen. But it was
Yeah.
funny just having him pass like all the length of the living room with that thing in his
All,
mouth.
all the menace.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So basically, yeah, we have Leona there on top of the tower consulting with the mages.
Hmm.
Basically, her kingdom is being invaded. She's on that tower basically to build a strategy
Yeah.
and come with what's the next phase of her plan of defense or what they're gonna do. And on
Hmm.
another part, she's kind of waiting on Die to arrive. And we're gonna see it. The heroes basically gonna talk with the old guard. He's gonna tell them, "Oh yeah, there's this tower," and they're gonna take a balloon and go there. But right
Hmm.
now we are with Leona talking with our mages and strategizing about what's gonna happen, and they get attacked by forgot his name here. What's the name of that villain? The one.
Flutter?
Yeah, something like that. I'm gonna call him Icyot. Uh, that's the name Kachan give Todoroki in My Hero Academia. So yeah, so basically the Heist and the Flames
Yeah, yeah,
villain
yeah.
attack the tower. He comes there very menacing, very confident. He's alone, totally alone. Doesn't have his army with him. He's just basically taking over the tower.
Yeah.
And again, like we said, like mom. What's nice with mom is she's always have this cool head. She's gonna analyze the situation, and we see Leona basically doing the same thing.
Yeah,
We
absolutely.
we see her as this queen. very, very, very powerful
Hmm.
like person, and basically she got attacked. She stay cool. Mage take position of defense. Like everybody in that towers knows what it has to do. Like these are not stupid soldiers or anything. Everybody take a position of defense. Like the soldier come up on top of the tower. Everybody's
Hmm.
like on on hedge, but everybody's
Yeah,
doing his job properly, and I loved it. Like usually when you have these background character, they're like newbies all the time. They get
yeah, yeah, yeah,
and I love that we don't see it here. Like these mages know what they're doing, uh,
yeah.
and they are
Uh,
not waiting for Dai to arrive and save them. They are
yeah,
gonna defend Leona, and I loved it.
no, yeah, exactly. And you see that it's like a high level battle,
Yeah,
between
exactly.
Flazar and the Knights of Paprika. And so like they are like the heroes, like they are the royal bodyguards of the
Yeah,
queen
exactly.
of Leona, basically. And we see that it's not like just who, like you were saying, like some NPC fighting, like low level fighting. No, 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 no. It's like this is was like really really nice, like persons that they trained to be like your real heroes, and they were fighting against Flazard. And the techniques they use it, the magics that they use it, both like the knights and Flazard. What it was like, the animation was really really good.
Oh yeah, definitely. The special effect for that specific fight, even before
Hmm.
the hero arrive or anything, were very on
Yeah.
spot. Like you said, like we just said, like I think the animator and the producer really wanted to show you that these are powerful wizards. So they're not shooting a little fireball. They're shooting like the whole room become fire and ice and other kind of magic. And it was really, really nice. I really liked it. Uh, and it was a fight. It's nice because it's just a quick skirmish because Flamesard will overpower basically everybody right
Yes.
there and now. Um, but it was a like they showed that fight was for me important because first of all it shows like it present these new character that we know nothing about and it present them on a very high note,
Hmm.
and what I like is they also hint at more about them. Like when one of those say, "Oh, I hope my sister is okay. I hope everybody back home is good." So they are not only building these character, but they are building like where we are at with the war at that moment. They're kind of explaining a little bit the
Hmm.
timeline of where we are in the war and who's losing, who's winning,
Yeah.
all in one quick fight, and it was like beautiful. It was really really nice. And then, like I said, Flamzard will overpower them a little bit, but at the same time, Dai and the group are arriving. They're gonna fight a little bit against Flamzard. We're gonna
Hmm.
see. I think the episode finished on a cliffhanger with Dai kind of winning, but we are not sure and everything.
Sure.
But all in all, it was a quick episode. I think it went really, really fast, but like each scene did exactly what it needed to do. It was
Hmm.
beautiful. Like the intro scene was emotional. The
Sure.
middle scene with Leona and her wizard were really good world building, nice animation, like real good pace. And then we have the final quarter of the episode
Yeah.
with Dai and the group arriving and kind of taking their places in the battlefield. Like it was really, really nice. I really
Yeah.
enjoyed that episode.
Yeah, until this day, like I think just like me, I think that I can say that about you, that we've seen like a lot of villains like in video games and movies and
Yeah.
stuff like that, and for me, a few of these villains, they stand out. Like Flazar, it stands to me, like the way that he looks like. what they do, what he does, what he says, and the way that he acts, like he's he doesn't have emotion. That's basically, he's to win. He's gonna do whatever he needs
Yeah.
to do, and he's just like it's like a mix of ice, just like he is. He's like a mix of ice and fire,
Yes.
because he's like too cold, but at the same time he has this flame, like
No,
he's cold
I
but he's cruel
Yeah,
at
I
the
know, I
same
know, I
time,
know
you
what you
know.
mean. I know what you mean, and I totally agree that is visual reflect very very much his
True.
personality. Like you said, is cold hearted, but at the same time, he's a very like good strategist.
Absolutely.
He observed the battlefield. He's always in control of the battlefield, and we're gonna see
Hmm.
it in the next episode. But all that is like the high side, like is very calm, very strategist, no emotion, and very cold hearted.
Hmm.
And like you said, on the other side, you have that love for combat, that fiery warrior side,
Yeah, yeah.
and also the power is very 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 powerful, very knowledgeable of different type of magic,
Hmm.
and he got like so yeah. I like that point that you bring, that the visual really reflect his personality on both side of his body. It's really really nice.
Yeah.
He's such an interesting villain because
Hmm.
he's not one level like generic. He's just like he's not like, oh, I'm just cruel. He's more than that. Like he's really nice. He plays in the shadows. He knows his place in the army, but also he knows what he can do and what his limits are, and he plays with that very very well. He also knows very very much about his adversary and everything. So I think he's a wonderful villain. He's my favorite so far. I think like we're gonna see where every villain gonna come into the fold a bit later, but
Hmm.
as like the very very first powerful like over the top powerful villain that we have in this series, I think Flamzard is just amazing, and
Yeah,
he
absolutely.
fit this world so well. He's so cool.
Hmm.
So that brings us to episode 15. So basically, the episode start where the last one finished. We have Dai and the group helping the other wizard. They seems to be winning, or at least taking like good hit on Flamzard at the beginning. But we're gonna see the table turn, and this episode doesn't have very much in terms of story. It's basically a
A
big battle.
fight.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a big battle, all in all. But I think like every other battle episode, I think the visual effect were very very good. That again, that rotoscopic camera when Dai is kind of going around Flamzard and hitting from every point is really really nice.
Yeah.
All the visual effect of magic, especially at the beginning, because we're gonna see what's happening after. But at the beginning, every like when Dai is flaming his sword or using
Hmm.
the knife, when Pop is using ice and fire and everything,
True.
everything is really really nice. I
Hmm.
love the visual of Leona.
Uh, it
Uh,
was superb.
yeah, it was amazing. Leona being frozen by Flamzar was really really nice. It was a beautiful drawing. I loved it.
Absolutely. Yeah.
The effect of the ice crumbling, like no,
Hmm.
everything in that episode, like visually, was amazing, except a little part at the end. But that's not just me being nitpicky. I never liked the design of the elemental flame and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah, that part, like, of the elementals, like the fire and the ice minions, you say, right?
Yeah.
It was like whatever, it's like,
Yeah, even
okay.
even even in the manga, they never came like quite right. They seems too flat, too two
Yeah,
D
too
for.
too too cartoony,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. It's like you're watching Paper Mario going around the screen. It's
Yeah.
just weird, but they are fun to like
No, yeah,
because of
yeah.
what they do. It's
Hmm.
just the overall drawing or design of these creatures that I don't like.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, go ahead.
no, and in that battle, Dia against Flazard, we see that even though we think that the Flazard is like really strong, we see that Dia he's like fighting like evenly against him, you
Yes.
know. And of course, Dia he doesn't know like the weak spots and stuff like that, but thanks to his instinct and his battle experience from before, uh, he's like really strong, and it's nice to see that, like it's also because it's always because I always think it's more like uh, Sensei, that always like at first. Well, let me explain that to you.
No, go ahead. I think I understand, but go ahead.
No, it's always more like we have the heroes and we have the villains, and the heroes at the beginning they always get beaten up, and with later they come back stronger, and
Yeah.
then they can win the battle. But what we see in Dragon Quest at least is more like sometimes they got beaten up and they go train, then they go back stronger. But most of the time is more like, hey, if I have a chance, I can win this battle.
Yeah, definitely. And it's funny because Flams are gonna have a little quote telling basically what you're saying is that is acknowledging that Dai throughout like since the beginning of his training is have fight almost non-stop.
Yeah.
He has fought Hadlar, he has fought Crocodile, he has fought Youngkin,
Hmm.
plus all the training that he does. And it's funny because I have a little parenthesis with that. I'm gonna come back later. So even like when Dai arrive and he does his like first or a few first attack, Flamzar is like, oh, okay, the guy is taking experience. Like he's beaten like in a video game. I laugh because I thought like it was a video game quote. But basically he's saying like, oh, Dai has fought and he has leveled up.
Yeah.
So now he has like he's like Dai is getting like more.
Experience from the battles and he's leveling up
Yeah,
basically.
exactly, and you see it in the way Dai will fight with Flamsard.
Hmm.
He's not just going like straight at him and trying to slash him. He's using like every technique that he knows. He's
Hmm.
observing. He's defending. He's controlling like where he's fighting, and it's really nice. And speaking of that, speaking of leveling up, I really love that previous episode start with basically the old guard making a new armor for Dai. And we
Hmm.
see it in episode 15 coming in full armor. And I love that we now he has the ponytail, so his hair has had grown a little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
You already start to see Dai looking a little bit older than the few first episodes that we saw him.
True.
And we're gonna see that progression going on and on until
Hmm.
he become like a teenager or something. But I find it very interesting. They really made like in this episode they really made Dai grew up and the group grow up like leveling up for the next chapter of the story.
Yeah, and there's something that's really interesting, that it's something that we talked about before in this episode, is that my mom once again is like the head of the party, and we see that because of Leona, Dai loses his head and he tries to keep
Yeah.
fighting, and mom says, "Hey, we're not gonna win. We have to retreat. Then we come back stronger, but we have to think about a strategy." And Dai is like, "No, I have to battle here. Leona might die, and I won't leave here." I think that even if he unleashed his superpower, the dragon power, he wouldn't win. But nonetheless, Mom does what I didn't remember, that was like die to make his unconscious to escape from there. And
Uh,
uh,
yes.
and I think that it's something that I wanted to talk about, but I waited to talk about this now. It's because guy is kind of dumb. I mean, it's like I mean, as a warrior, as a hero, he's great, but sometimes he's like dumb. For example,
Yes.
when they were like searching for the flare, he was like, "Oh yeah, it's beneath there. I'm gonna use my firepower." And I was like, "What? What, you're gonna use your firepower to search for the flare? Really? You think that's good? You know?" And seconds after that, mom and pop they are like, "Die! You're crazy! Don't do that!" And and here is also the same thing too because he's not a really big strategy guy
No.
because
He's very much emotional. Yeah.
yeah, he's very emotional. Also because he's young, and also because although he has now a lot of experience, he has to mature a little bit more.
Yeah.
And we see that mom, she does that, and she does that amazingly well.
Yes, and that's exactly what we said for the previous episode. This is like we see the true power of like
Hmm.
mom. Like it's not her power is not magical or fighting. It's that sense of she wants to protect the rest of the group.
Hmm.
They call her a priest warrior. So if you are like a D&D player or anything, like a priest warrior will be a defender of the
Yeah,
group, much like a paladin or something like that.
yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
and like we really see her right there coming into that role very powerfully. Like you said, like basically Leona has been frozen, and even worse, Flamzar has basically put a spell that negate all magic. So Dai cannot use
Hmm.
magic. The gun of Mom doesn't work, and Pup is basically useless at that point.
Yeah,
And like you said, first Mom will say, "Hey, we are in deep shit. If we cannot do magic, we need to retreat right now."
yeah.
But Dai, just blinded by the rage that Leona is frozen and there is nothing he can do. Like you said, he's just gonna attack Flamsard. It's not gonna work, especially with the regular sword. He's
Hmm.
gonna take the knife and gonna chop an arm of Flamzar. That's gonna like stall the fight a little bit. And when Dai is going for another attack, this is where Mom, after screaming at him, "We need to go. We cannot fight. We need to, like you said, strategize. We need to go train. We need to find a way to beat him." Basically, just take her staff, hit Dai behind the head, and she's calling for Pup, like, "Hey, Pup, take him. We need to fucking go."
Yeah.
And everybody gets in the balloon, but
Hmm.
Leona is left behind. And like I said, it's these two episodes really showed the strength of Mom, like her strength of character. I mean, like her cold-headed, always analyzing what's happening, always being like that leader of the group in a way, like not really the leader, but the caretaker of the group.
Hmm.
And I find these two episodes very, very, very good. Of course, after that, while they go in the balloon, Flamzar is shooting elemental at them. These are the little flames that I don't like. They basically a little bit further, the magic is coming back because they are out of the circle.
Sure.
They're gonna defend a little bit against that, and they're gonna start kind of crashing down towards the ocean and a cave, and we're
Hmm.
gonna see an old man. We don't know him yet. We don't know exactly what he's gonna do, but he's gonna defend the balloon. They're gonna go in the cave, and he's basically gonna tell them to fuck off. And that's
Yeah.
how, yeah, and that's how the episode 15 ends. So again, beautiful animation between Dai and Flamzar, between all the
Hmm.
different magic element thrown during the show.
Sure.
Beautiful character development, especially on for Mom. I think these two episodes, 14 and 15, were kind of the uh, like the following of her introduction episode a few episodes back,
Yeah,
we
absolutely.
we see that like she's taking the mental of
Hmm.
uh, Avon of being like the moral center of the group and being the strategist and the leader and the caretaker uh,
Oh
for
yeah.
for these two idiots that don't know how to properly fight yet, and
Oh
it's
yeah, absolutely.
it's amazing.
Absolutely.
I love it.
Yeah.
Every episode, like I think we see it off camera many times, you and me, but I have the feeling they getting better and better and better. Uh,
Yeah, it's one thing that you said that I completely agree. It's that mom is like the central pillar of the group right now,
mhm.
you know, because if it's not for her, that the party wouldn't work
No, exactly.
because
No, it's
she's like it's nice to see that she's not like she's not just a side character. You know, she
no,
has
definitely.
she has an importance. It's I always have this feel like from what happened to Dragon Ball Z, you know, like after the Cell Saga, that only the Saiyans they matter, like Kuririn and Tenshinhan, Yamcha, they're like sided, like they don't matter anymore. And what we see right now is that everyone that's fighting against the Dark Army, basically, they have importance, they have a matter in that, and that's really awesome to see because they are such great characters, and I would hate to see like uh, they're
I,
just there being like just to be there, you know?
Yes, I would hate for mom to become Sakura in Naruto, basically, where
Yeah.
they build a character and then they don't know what to do with her and they
Hmm.
just leave it on the side.
Sure.
Lucky for me, I read the manga of Dragon Quest, so I know it's not gonna happen to mom.
No, yeah, yeah.
She's yes, she's gonna be sided a little bit because like more and more powerful character will come into the
Hmm.
story, but mom will always be that pillar like for everybody. She's gonna develop a great relationship with Crocodile and
Absolutely.
Yonkel. Like we're gonna see it in the future. Mom is really like every
Hmm.
time somebody feeling down or feeling uh, like they don't deserve the privilege or anything, they always turning in to mom saying like, "Hey,
Hmm.
what should I do?" And that's gonna continue throughout the story. But I'm very happy that here in those two episodes, we see like the big building block for mom, and I'm very happy about that character. I love her. She's awesome. And
Hmm.
now I want to see more about Leona. I want to see where that story is going.
Hmm. Yeah.
Uh, and we're gonna see in the previews for the next episode. They talk a little bit about. I think we're gonna see more of the Dark Army side of the story. Basically, I think we're gonna see what they're plotting next, and then we're gonna see our hero. I presume training for the next encounter. So, any last thought about these two episodes?
No, I don't think so. It's just that as usual, it's too great to see, and the animation, the battles, the dialogues, they are all great, you know, and it's really nice to see that you know that such a great story is being told is being told correctly, you know,
Yes. Oh yeah, yeah,
and it's
definitely.
really good.
I totally agree with what you're saying. I think to add to it, I think we see the studio getting more and more comfortable with the project and with the material, and
Hmm.
like you see the love and care that this team has for that specific story.
Yeah.
And I was reading a fact the other day about like Dragon Quest, the Adventure of Dai in general, and
Hmm.
at the time the manga came out and the Shonen Jump, it was one of the most sold manga in the world. So
Cool.
I think like toy animation and like all the comedy behind that, they know what they have in their hand. They know they have a well loved product, and like I think the studio is just doing amazing with it, and I just wish they continue with the same. love and passion and the same quality basically, because
Yeah.
like we said, it's just getting like each episode is getting better and better. They are getting more comfortable with the tools they're using and everything, so it's of course
Hmm.
it's just getting more beautiful also. So
Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely.
very happy. I can't wait for the next two episodes. So for everybody, that's it for today. Thank you for watching. You can follow us at the Geek Ride. You can follow me at Soshwang. You can follow Felipe at Macedo Felipe, all on Twitter. And we will be back basically in 2 weeks with episode 16 and 17. So if you are following the episode on Crunchyroll, basically the day we are recording, basically episode 16 is out. So we're kind like the episode will come out like 1 week behind the regular schedule of the show. So
Hmm.
don't be afraid. We will discuss episodes 16 and 17 in 2 weeks. So thank you very much, everybody, for watching. Felipe, as usual, thank you very much for doing
Uh,
that with me.
Thank you. It's
Uh,
my pleasure. Thank you.
yeah, thank you very much. And we'll see you guys on the next one. Ciao.
Ciao.